Welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. I am your GM, Attack Slug. It is the end of the week. I am tired for a variety of reasons, but I'm still here to do this show on a fine Friday. So let's see what happens at Backlash as we in SmackDown head towards Judgment Day. It is not quite there yet, but it is Backlash for Raw, I suppose. So hey, I also want to see what my show did. The breakdown. Alright, the breakdown, the 3 stars. So this match was 3.5. This was 2.5. That was 3.5. That was 2.5. And the main event was 3.5. So our tag team matchup and our cruiserweight matchup didn't quite meet the demands of our audience here for the show. What did ECW put on in that same week? They did no match 1. Huh. They did 2.5 stars, Lashley and Kenny and Mark Henry. What? They did Taker versus Khali and Finlay. Huh? CM Punk, Elijah Burke, Candice Michelle, and Johnny Nitro, handicap 1-on trio, and HBK versus Matt Hardy in a TLC. That show did better than my show. What? How? Alright. How about Raw for last week? How was that? Chavo and Snitsky. Chavo beats Snitsky. What? Tori beats Masters and Mickey. 1-on tag handicap match. Batista and Kennedy did 3 stars. Jeff Hardy versus Mysterio. Marcus Corvan and Melina did 3 stars. And main event was Triple H and Kane in an ultimate submission. Did 3.5. So, how did this show get 4 stars? I am baffled with 2-star Snitsky in here. I don't know, man. Look. Anyhow, let's see how Backlash goes. Let's get past that. Simulate and see what Backlash was. No match 1. We had Mickey and Chavo losing to Kennedy and Snitsky. 2 stars. We had Hardy losing to Marcus, Tori, and Ashley. 2.5 stars. Batista and Masters' first blood match for the IC belt. Batista, IC champion. 2.5 stars. And main event, 3.5. Triple H and Kane lose to Mysterio and Melina in a tag team match. That was a 3.5 star pay-per-view. Good for them. Now then, we got Raw. So, Raw, we must do our usual, and I want to pump up the volume on our top-tier talent. That being Edge, that being Stone Cold, and that being John Cena. So, Edge, +5. Is he at 100 yet? That's kind of what I'm concerned about here. Is the Edgester at 100? Let's sort it. Yes, Edge is 100. So we need Steve and we need John Cena. Heading toward that hundo in the ratings. So we'll keep on keeping on here. So Raw, Mickey versus Snitsky, and Snitsky loses in a 2-star match. What? This is a 4-star show. This is a 4-star show. They like their first blood, huh? We could do that. We can match Raw there with first blood. I could do that. Okay, so alright, Salt Lake City, Utah. We're going to hit up another trophy date. This time for a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Check the roster. Steve-O, 100. All that we need now is 1 John Cena. So there is that bit of business. And ECW on their show was a 4-star show. Michelle, Mark Henry, Lashley, Kelly. Hold on, that's 2. That's 2.5. Taker and Hardy lose to Khali and Kenny Dykstra. CM Punk and Candice lose to Elijah and Finlay. And HBK loses to Johnny Nitro in a tables match. So they got a 4-star show, man. I don't know how, but they're doing it and doing it well. So kudos to ECW, I suppose. Trophy date for 1 John Cena. So please don't get injured, John Cena. We'll see where you're... Alright, JBL is certain superstars known for certain match types, teaming up and forming stables. I have Crime Time in a tag team. The fans don't care. But, you know, there is that. John Cena is at 4 of his deal for fatigue. No more dates for John Cena. Heading towards SmackDown. Just those Make-A-Wish charity work type deals. So, we're almost to 100 there with John Cena. So we can do Cena and MVP, I do believe, before we hit SmackDown. Because we have... Actually, I'm sorry, no, we have one more day here. So it's going to be John Cena doing charity work, and then I'm going to be booking some SmackDown. So John Cena, hit that hit that charity event, sir. For the kids, only +2? Man. Okay. So that puts Cena at 96. And I'm booking Cena versus Edge again, but it can't be hardcore. It has to be normal. So I don't want them getting hurt on that main event. They are my top tier guys, so that wouldn't be good. So, that being said, let's go book a SmackDown, shall we? Let's start from the top. We know it will be for that World Heavyweight Championship, and we know it will be a one-on-one regular match between John Cena and, no, not Attack Slug, but his rival here, Edge, the current World Champion. 196 in popularity. So kudos on those gentlemen. Number 2, we will have fourth match from the top of the card. We will have our other title opportunity, which will be the US title, and that will be a ladder match. And that ladder match will contain Randy Orton, who is not the champion, versus his rival, King Booker. And Book is still the champion for now. Match number 3 will be a non-title, but it will be a first blood match. And it will be Stone Cold Steve Austin at 100 versus MVP at 85. So there we go with that. And number 2 is going to be a tag team title match. And that will be our tag team champions in Umanga and William Regal. So we'll take our 2-on-2 here. It'll be a steel cage tag team match. And it will be our tag teams here. So Crime Time, the champions, face Regal and Umaga. So they're doing that over there. And opening the show will be our Cruiserweight Championship. And that will be hardcore. It will be a tables match. So good luck to the two of them. Now, in terms of our promos, we need some money on our brand. So give me a, where is it? Advertising promo, and give me some profits from the advertising on that promo. Some cash in our pocket. And promo 2, merchandise sponsorship. So we need big money this week on the show to sign more big contracts, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So, let's confirm and head to the show, shall we? Helms and Carlito, what do you have for me? Let us simulate this matchup and see how things go. It is the champion of Carlito. That's cool. Tag Team Steel Cage Tornado. Let us simulate that bit of business. It is Crime Time still, your tag team champions. We got Stone Cold MVP. Let's simulate that matchup. Who will bleed here? It will be MVP. Bleeding. Stone Cold wins that matchup. Let's watch this ladder match between King Booker and Randy Orton. If these fans here at SmackDown don't appreciate this card I'm putting on at the end of the week, then I don't know what to tell you. Here comes the Legend Killer, the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Pose. Nothing you can say. There it is, Randy Orton. I always loved that falling sparkly pyro. It's always good. It was good on Christian, it was good on Randy Orton, and as much as I don't like Del Rio, I like that pyro. So anytime you can use that pyro, I'm going to pop for it because it's amazing. Now then, Randy Orton heads slowly slithering to the ring here, looking like $1 billion. And as JBL always said, if you were going to build a sports entertainer from the ground up, it would look like Randy Orton. Hit that pose in the corner. Young Randall, there it is, the Orton pose. All right, hit the pose. I can skip the rest of that intro. Here comes the five-time, and current U.S. champion, King Booker. Now, can you dig that. Sucka. But of course, no pyro on that. He had like the flames pyro, which was great. But again, a change of gimmick is always a good thing once in a while. Because how can fans miss you if you're just doing the same thing week after week after week? So the change up is well deserved there. And honestly, when you think of the last bunch or handful of actual King of the Ring gimmicks, that one's the best one. Because you're like, alright, King Barrett, King Sheamus, like they did some stuff, but nowhere near the level of King Booker. But again, perhaps a King of the Ring happening here soon, maybe, and that could happen again at some point. But you never know. You never know. I've also heard rumors of a Queen of the Ring, and sure, look, I love tournaments if they are one-day tournaments. I don't like that, alright, we're going to have it over a couple of weeks. Like, no, you want that struggle of, I had to work 4 matches in the same night, how I make it up to the end of this tournament. Like, that's way more intriguing as a fan to have that going on than, alright, we're going to have the finals at pay-per-view, but, you know, just have it over the course of weeks. Like, no, that's not a challenge at that point. The challenge of King of the Ring was making it through a bunch of opponents on the same night, which is why it was good for a pay-per-view type thing, which it hasn't had in quite some time. Now then, ladder match, Randy, Booker. What are we going to get here between these two consummate professionals in the world of sports entertainment, aka wrestling? It's not a dirty word, Vince. It's called wrestling. Your company is called World Wrestling Entertainment, and it was called World Wrestling Federation. But you know, that was a long time ago. It's been E longer than it ever was F, which is insane to me. But you know, them stupid pandas ruined everything. They ruined it. Who are you? I'm Attack Slug. Here we go. DDT. Now, last time I watched a ladder match, it took some time for the guys to go and get those ladders. It took quite some time, so I'm hoping it won't be anywhere nearly as long on this one. Heel move. Poke in the eye. Everything should be legal here in a ladder match, though. And Randy doing his heel business and knocking right into King Booker. Go get a ladder, Randy. Go get a ladder, Randy. Alright, the turnbuckle, sure, fine. Because the ref's out, fine. But you don't need to. You need to climb the ladder. Because if Booker hits that bookend, you're going to be done, sucker. Booker T breaking his back, making him humble, locking it in deep. That camel clutch, but it don't matter, Booker. This is a ladder match, so submission's not the best option. Oh, there it is, see? He took off the turnbuckle, and now he's going to pay for it. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Delete. Oh no! Randy reversed it. But notably, Booker didn't go into that thing. So usually if you set up a thing, if you set up a bit of business, then usually you will suffer the consequences. If you set up a table, nice. Then usually you're going through that table that you set up. That's typically how things work here in the wrestling business. But Booker here has finished, I'm pretty sure. I heard that beep. So are we going to see a bookend here? Eye poke. And finally, Booker T does the smart thing, leaves the ring, and gets that solid steel ladder. Randy not playing it as smart. He's taking his time on Booker going to get the belt. Like, what are you doing, Randy? Alright, I'm going to knock him off or do a move to him up here. Man, give me that ladder RKO, please. And Randy wants that title. But I don't think Booker's going to be down long enough to actually make that happen here in this matchup back and forth on that ladder business. But hey, you never know. You never know. But yes, Booker T back up on his feet, up the ladder. Will we see a toss for Randy? Almost falling off. But again, not enough damage there to the Viper, so it really shouldn't matter. It's going to do it again. It's going to be a matter of timing like it was in that last ladder match here on the program. But is that timing enough for Randy. I think Booker retains here. If it's all equal, and he gets up in the next couple of seconds here, and then it gets down to the last quarter, and he gets him for, yes, this might be a Booker T. Well, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close on that. Depending on, yeah, what happens here. I heard the bleep, so somebody has finish. I'm assuming Booker T, but that might not. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. And still your U.S. champion, Booker T. There it is, folks. That's not the belt he pulled down, but that's the belt he has here in the ending cutscene, so that's cool, I suppose. Retained that title. Very sweaty. Can you dig that sucker? And your main event, John Cena versus Edge. Can John Cena finally beat Edge for a match for that title? What's it going to be? Simulate? Nope. Edge still wins. Edge is still the ultimate opportunist and the rated R superstar. Alright, but was that show good? Is, I guess, the question. So, was that show good? We get to simulate up to Monday. And do that. Simulate. Then I will check on my actual ratings here. It is a 3.5 star show, so better than 3. Went up. That was a 3-star opener, a 3-star match 2, a 4-star first blood match, a 3.5 in that ladder match, and a 4.5 in that main event. So kudos on that bit of a business. Let's go check our telephone. Vince McMahon. I had an injury-free month. So injuries are bad for business. Period. My brand, free of injury for a whole month. That is worth something. And I do believe that I am back in action here. So that's cool. Be top dog here. Top dog. So being top dog, let's go check on our roster here on our health report. We got 4, 4, 4, 4 on the fatigue. So 3, 3, 3, 3. And I think myself should be back to regular here. Like back to business. We got Edge 100. Alright, so Cena is 96. And yes, we got to get him to 100. Alright, so Edge is unsatisfied. But why? But what? But how? Alright, so let's go check on Edge here before we finish up for today. Content, a lot of happy guys. And yes, so we got... Let's check on Edge being unsatisfied. And we have whose deal's up soon. Let's sort that properly. Attack Slug, Helms, and Regal are up in 5 weeks. Alright. And I still have 1 week now for a minor injury on my quadriceps. So let's go check on Edge here on the roster. What is your deal, Edge? You've been champion, defending repeatedly with no problems. So, alright. He wants a contract renegotiation. And he currently has 21 weeks on his deal. I don't understand why you're unsatisfied with that, Edge. I don't... Look. You've lost 0 times. You have 5 wins. 0 losses. You've been champion this entire time, but yet you're unsatisfied. I do not understand. So, how about another 5 weeks, bro? Like, I don't... Yeah, that's 243 grand for 5 weeks. But hey, the champion at 100, and now he is happy. So, okay. Okay. Let's go look at our .com report at the end of the week here and see how things sorted out. Again, Edge having match of the week. So how are you unsatisfied, Edge? I do not understand. 50K for Raw. EC Dub 4-star show. Raw gets a 4-star show. I'm 3.5. 3.5. So that's a problem that we can hopefully fix in the near future there. But yes, 3.5 for SmackDown. 3.2 mil for ECW. Raw has 3.2 mil, so flat even. SmackDown 2.64. I was going down still. Or no, actually, I'm sorry. Ratings bounced back up a little bit. So I was down, now back up, and hopefully we can keep on increasing our deal here. Because I know that when it comes to Rivalries. All right, we got 3 million. We lost 75K there on that, but we're still at a pretty good amount of business for money. We're still in the millions. So, and the top 3, the Power 25 are all superstars on this, even though we have Edge and Randy in the same thing for some reason. They aren't currently a tag team, but hey, that is what it is. Got this going on here. So top 15. We got that times 2, and we got the injuries for a month and a 1, and yes. So I wanted to look at, the shop. I need money, and I don't have enough to buy the Rock at the moment, so that kind of sucks. But also, we're going to save here. So you can only hit a 3 thumbs up in like 10 weeks. And we have 5 more on these first 3, and then 2 and 1 on these ones I had to either start or redo, and then we can have things shake up after pay-per-view is kind of the plan there. I have an open spot here, but again, there's only 20 matches you can book on a show, so what can you do? What can you do? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rivalries on that. So there you go. That's the show for the week. Next week, back for more. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.